So migrants awaiting court hearings in the U.S. expected to begin returning to Mexico today under a newly reinstated Remain in Mexico policy. Now, this comes as we're learning the number of migrants in detention centers has increased by 56% since Joe Biden took office. Arizona AG, the Attorney General Mark Brnovich, sued the administration over his immigration policies. He's with me now. And, sir, good morning to you. So that makes two policies now. Remain in Mexico and Title 42 based on COVID back in effect under this administration. What will be the effect of this, sir, do you believe?
Well, Bill, thank you for having me on. And the reality is that the Biden administration has created a catastrophe at our border, and now they're trying to implement PR measures, essentially, after losing in court. And really, it's going to have no long-term meaningful effect until there's an actual change in substantive policies. As you know, one of our pending lawsuits involves deporting people with deportation orders. The Biden administration refuses to do that. And so there are literally still millions of people illegally coming into our country. There are literally tens of thousands of gotaways every month, and these are people that are refusing to surrender. And so what the Biden administration essentially is doing here, Bill, is it's like a magician. They're trying to distract us with an assistant or a tiger or something like that. And the reality is that it's clumsy, it's ham-fisted. They're only doing it because they're losing in the court of public opinion and in the courtroom. And the reality is we need more substantive changes coming out of this administration.
Now, on that last point, they're losing in court, but you could continue to challenge this in court. Court of public opinion is a different deal. And I'm wondering why they didn't continue to challenge it in court, because they've defied just about everything the Trump administration did, absent the withdrawal from Kabul in August.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they've made a mockery not only of our foreign policy, but our border policy. And as you know, Bill, border security is national security. And that's why I keep telling folks that President Biden, or whoever's speaking in his earpiece, and his enablers in the U.S. Senate essentially are putting this country in danger. People are going to die as a result of the cartel seizing control of this border. So I'm using, and my colleagues, we're using the tools in our toolbox. We are going to the court trying to hold them accountable. But the reality is what we need the public to understand and hold the House of Representatives, the Congress, the AOCs, President Biden, Kamala Harris. They still haven't even really been to the border. We need to hold them accountable in order to keep our community safe. And whether that's the cartel violence, whether it's fentanyl flooding into this country, this is going to have a generational effect on this country. It's not a joke. It's not partisan. As I keep saying, it's not an issue of right versus left. It's a fundamental issue of right versus wrong.
Wow. Back to the court of public opinion. I don't know how the people of Arizona feel like this. We've heard a lot from these border districts in Texas. They're not happy. I imagine the feeling's mutual in Arizona, but I don't know what you're hearing there. How much did the results in Virginia and New Jersey influence this administration to do a bit of an about-face on this?
Well, I think that, Bill, the Biden administration is still fundamentally far left. And so what they're trying to do is change the optics, maybe with some of these new policy rollouts. But substantively, we see that their substantive proposals are trying to essentially socialize our economy, nationalize our elections, and decriminalize illegal immigration. Make no mistake about it, that is what they are doing. And so, you know, they can, as I said, like a magician, they can try to distract you with the assistant or the tiger or whatever. But the reality is they are trying to fundamentally change this country. And that's why I'm doing everything I can to push back and to make sure that the rule of law means something in this country.
Yeah, Mark Brnovich, thank you for your time. Remain in Mexico, by the way, had to be agreed to by Mexico City. And it was the Trump team that was threatening the terrorists if they didn't go along with it. Now it's back in action. We'll see what kind of effect it has on that. Mark Brnovich, thank you, sir. The AG in Arizona, thank you for coming on today.